What is going on, gang? PPS back. It is the 15th here today. I'll be making two more of these videos today for you guys to give you my best bets, my sleeper, and my favorite first round matchup here for the South region first. And I still got two more left to do, so I'll make sure I get those out ASAP. Have all the information down for them. Just got to do one of these videos so you guys can have all the information I have there. Officially finished my bracket. Very hard for me to stay away from the Gonzaga Arizona train. Both of those teams are so hard to match up with. And the number one seed here in this region that we're going in right now will be the Arizona Wildcats. Obviously, I think Arizona wins through this region, this South region. But there's a few pretty good teams here. I really like Tennessee. I like what they've been doing. I think I'm picking like three of these 13 seeds to win, or two of them. No, three of them. I have 13 seeds winning over the fours. Just the fours this year just don't stick out to me very much. And the 13s they've been good to me. I like a lot of these guys, and we might as well start out with that because that's going to be my favorite matchup for this first round. Before we get into it, if you guys could, please drop a like. It means a ton to me. Again, drop a like on this video because we make it 4 separate ones of these just because I don't want to have you guys have to sit through a 50-minute video on me talking about all these. Even though we might do a little bit of this with monotone tomorrow, I'm going to be talking more about college basketball. Obviously, I did NBA last night, but the rest of this time is probably mostly college basketball. And our first round matchup that I really like, obviously, got to be putting something on my Southern Conference winners. I love Chattanooga, guys. I really do. I backed them quite a bit this season, as you guys probably know. And they get a matchup with Illinois. This is an interesting matchup, and this is why this one reaches the number one spot for my favorite one, is because obviously everybody knows about Kofi Cockburn, obviously an absolute monster. But if you're going to talk about the studs in this game, it's very hard to not talk about Malachi Smith. Malachi Smith, 20 points per game, 7 boards, 3 assists. This dude is legit. He's probably NBA caliber. He probably won't get drafted because he's an older guy, but he can score. He can shoot a little bit over 40% from 3. And he's the playmaker. He is that dude for Chattanooga. And honestly might be the best guy on the floor in this game. He is that good. The thing with Illinois is obviously when you have to guard Kofi Cockburn, you have to have a guy who can match up. I've watched a few games this season with Chattanooga struggling with bigger guys, but that was with like Jake Stevens, where D'Souza, who's going to be the guy having to guard Kofi, he's about 6'9", 250, and when he had to guard Stevens, he had really massive troubles. Like he got eaten alive. But when you play Kofi, you don't have to worry about those outside shots. Jake Stevens for VMI is who I'm talking about here. Is a sniper. Dude can shoot. He can dribble. With Kofi, it's one spot. Obviously, Chattanooga is fantastic defensively. They're top 100 in offense and defensive efficiency for a mid-major team. That is pretty impressive. When you're looking here at Chattanooga as well, they're a much slower team. I love to back slower teams in the tournament because they can slow the game down and make it possession by possession. They're 302 in pace, 95 in adjusted defense, 58 in adjusted offense. And like I said, a lot of that coming with Malachi Smith's numbers there. When you have a slower team in March, it makes it a lot harder and a lot more pressure comes to, right? Illinois has struggled with starting fast this year. They've been getting behind in a lot of these games. And also, if we see what happens here, I was watching a lot of these Illinois games. Obviously, I'm a Badger fan. I watch a lot of the Big Ten tournament, and they were getting very 3 heavy. They shot a ton of threes. Kofi was getting more offensive rebound putbacks for his offense versus actually running plays through them. And I think that if they're not hitting these threes early and Chattanooga gets a lead, Illinois is going to struggle. They're not going to be able to come back, I don't think, because Chattanooga is going to slow this game down to a point where it's 30 seconds, and you're probably putting Malachi Smith into an ISO with about 5 seconds left. I'm going to guess Trenton Frazier will be on him, but personally, I really want to see this matchup here with having Malachi Smith on one end, Kofi Cockburn on the other end. I think that's what makes this one the most special matchup. Honestly, I lean Chattanooga 7.5. Give me those 7.5 points. I might sprinkle a money line even on this too. So really like this first round matchup. And I really like Chattanooga. You guys know I love the Southern Conference if you've been following the channel here. So we'll have to go with that spot for this first round. I'm going with the sleeper in Michigan, but this is tough because Michigan's really not a sleeper. They're an 11 seed. I don't even think they should be in the tournament, to be completely honest. I don't think they should be in. I thought Texas A&M would be in. Or why is Michigan not in the play-in game? Why is Indiana or Rutgers having to play a game? When they were fourth in the Big Ten, Michigan was what, like 6? I thought Rutgers should be in that 11 spot. Michigan should be in the play-in game, if in at all. I thought Texas A&M had a better resume than Michigan, but I digress. I will not fight over it. I am not a part of the committee. But when I'm going with a sleeper, right, it's just I like the older teams. I like having the ability to score inside and out. We have Eli Brooks, and I believe it's DeMonte Jones is his first name. Both senior guards, both over 10 points a game. And you also have Dickinson inside. Dickinson is going to be a problem for any team that they play against. Obviously, I think they win their first game with Colorado State. I think they're a little overrated here, or overseeded, I should say. I don't want to say they're overrated. But they're 19 in offensive efficiency, 91 in defense. And actually, if you look into their KenPom numbers, the offensive efficiency of the teams they have played is number 1 in the country. I really like Michigan here as an 11 seed coming through. I think they take care of the 6 seed here in the first round. And I also really think that they have a chance, right? I don't think they're going to win much further than that, personally, at least from my brackets. They have a very tough second round matchup in Tennessee. But a team like Michigan, where you have a very good big guy, is going to be a problem for a lot of teams. So Michigan is going to be the team that I think has a chance as a double-digit seed to make a little bit of a run here. And guys, 7 minutes in, we're going pretty quick, and we are to my best bet of the first round. And this is a game that I am looking forward to. I think is another chance for an upset here, which I don't even think it's really an upset because the line doesn't indicate that as a 7 versus 10. Loyola and Ohio State. I'm going to go with the under 133. This is a minus 110 number here. Loyola Chicago, obviously you guys know Sister Jean, all of that stuff. They're actually pretty good this year. They're averaging 73 points per game, with their leader being Lucas Williamson here. Loyola, obviously not playing in the strongest conference here. They average 74 points per game, which is 91st in the country. Ohio State, 74 on offense per game. That is 107th in the country. But Loyola Chicago's defense, 29th best in points allowed at 62, and Ohio State at 68. Obviously, we all know, right, what type of game Loyola plays. If you watched them in the tournament a couple of years ago, obviously took down Illinois. When you're looking here at your KenPom numbers here with Ohio State, I thought they were actually faster than what they are. They're 13th in adjusted offense, but they're 287th in pace here. I think that's actually going to be an issue. I think that you're going to have to try to run on Loyola Chicago, but they allowed the least amount of transition points in the country. Loyola Chicago is 42nd in adjusted offense, 22nd in adjusted defense on KenPom, 308 in adjusted pace. So pace is not going to be fast. We got 2 teams that'll be playing very good defense. Ohio State's pretty good on defense. I think one of the biggest things here is also the injuries. The injuries for Ohio State have been tough, right? We've seen Kyle Young, that if he's still out, I think he'll play. He's a very good defender, very, very good defender. I think he plays with an illness. I believe he was out for a couple weeks or a couple games. Zed Key is still questionable. I don't know if he plays. His was an ankle injury. It was a little bit more serious. But if Kyle Young does play, that's a very good defender here facing Loyola. Also, when you're playing Loyola, you have to be able to make threes. Ohio State has the ability to do that. But Ohio State can't guard the 3 ball as well defensively. So I'm curious how this is going to work. Obviously, when you're a team that's this good, Ohio State and Loyola, you know you can't guard that. So you're going to obviously go out and push and try to get guys off the line, get those long 2s, or get the ball inside to E.J. Liddell. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a double team here coming down to him every time he touches the ball. But with the pace, good defenses. And obviously in March, I always usually lean more to unders. In that last 10 minutes of the game really slows down. So I think this would be a close game. I believe it is a pick'em line. So that obviously helps me too with the slower pace at the end. So I like the under here, Loyola Chicago, Ohio State, as my best bet for the first round in the South region here. So a quick recap of my bracket breakdown here for the Southern region. Really like this Chattanooga, Illinois first round matchup. We're going with a sleeper in Michigan. Like I said, it's not really a sleeper, I guess, because they're obviously a Big Ten team and they're talked about quite a bit. And Loyola and Ohio State under 133. So, guys, that is the South region bracket breakdown. I will be back here again. You'll see these videos sporadically put out throughout the day. We will have the other two regions coming to you here shortly. We've already done the West region. We have the East and the Midwest to go. And I'm very excited. I'll be going to some of the Midwest games on Friday. So I'm excited to talk about that one, as I am obviously a Badger fan and I live here down in Milwaukee. So that is my bracket breakdown for the Southern Conference. Again, if you guys could please drop a like, it'd be much appreciated. And these other two videos will be out soon.